everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, a Let's Play tutorial series with these settings voted on by you at the start of the series. Picking up where we left off, we are managing Legata. Legata here, I wanted to make some changes. So, one thing I wanted to do is invest in the workshops of Legata, hoping that I keep it for a while. In order to do that, we should figure out what industries Legata will be able to fuel. So taking a look at the production around Legata, we've got hardwood, hogs, of course Veron has sheep and sheep. We've got grain. Obviously this isn't owned by me. Iron and grapes. Alright, so I'm going to go into Legata. With hardwood and sheep, it's pretty obvious what my first two choices will be. So this is a way for you to change what a city manufactures in order to try to influence its production. And if you're good at it, increase the revenue that your city generates. Now, there's a lot of other things that control what your city generates, like policies or construction projects, but this here will be workshops. So the first workshop I'm going to go to is going to be the Silversmith. We don't have a silver mine anywhere around, so it would be, you know, it's pretty obvious that the Silversmith probably does not produce very much. And I'll be looking for a, well, no, that's a mob boss, a shop worker. I would like to buy this workshop. It cost me 13,000, and I'm going to replace this workshop with a wood workshop. And yes, I would like to do that. So the wood workshop here can get its hardwood from the nearby village that it is connected to. And therefore, theoretically, Legata will be more productive because it will have a greater amount of resources in order to produce their final product. Now, there's also a wool reavery here. The wool reavery is something that I would like to construct and buy. The issue is, of course, I'm not going to be able to replace it. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll go over to it now. So the other raw resources that I have readily available to me are sheep for their wool and hogs. Let's go over to the wool reavery. And while walking around the town, you can also see everybody else that you're able to talk to. If you hold left alt, I'm holding left alt right now, which is my current bind, which will display, you know, every point of interest. So, here's the weavery. And again, I ought to be looking for a shop worker. So these guys are just the thugs. They're the gang leaders. They're not the ones that own the shop. They just set up shop here. I would like to buy this workshop. And as you can see in this lineup here, wool reavery is not an option because one is already set up, right? So the issue is, if I want to set up a wool reavery, because obviously we have multiple sheep, what I would need to do is to change this to it, and I'm going to change it to a tannery. And then my last workshop, which is the smithy, I will change to a wool reavery. And in the process of buying these workshops, I don't have enough to change the last one over right now. You know, money, that is. But in the process of buying these workshops, you'll see that my expected change, my wages, my income goes up. Okay, so we did last episode look around nearby castles to try to find some easy to strike, easy to hit ones, and I didn't find any. Another thing I have, which is because I leveled up, we've got the ability to take on another companion. Addition to Noggin, right? Addition to Noggin. So let's first take a look at Noggin. He has got a pure blood tier 6 horse in his civilian slot. Yep. There was a bunch of comments about how I should check his civilian slot horse. So if you take a look at the pure blood horse, it's a 15,000 dinar horse. Tier 6, super hit points. The thing is, it's not faster than my Azurai horse. But I will take this as my... Oh, I can't even put on this harness. How did he have this harness on? Let's buy a civilian harness for myself. Well, I'll have the... Sorry, Noggin, I stole your horse, but I will have the pure blood horse for myself. I don't actually think there is a harness that you can use in civilian slot. Yeah, no saddle. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, that was strange. That was a spiked mace that looked like a bow. So the other thing I was going to do was to try to find a new person to recruit. Going through just these people's traits and try... Oh, well, we already know Bash. Trying to find someone that would fit into the group. Like, this guy, for instance, who's Vlandian, last seen at Jacqueline, but he doesn't have particularly amazing stats. And the hope is that the new companion would, you know, have skills that would supplement what we lack. Another big thing that I need to do as well is there are current bugs in the game. Well, we already know Redog. There's current bugs in the game that make it so that crossbowmen don't really fire on horseback and stuff like that. So trying to have all of our companions, as much as I want them to be unique, have all of our companions essentially use the same weapon types. So here's one that has tactics. Tactics would be very good for a party leader. He has no range skill though, but Shimir the Lucky is someone to possibly recruit. I'm just going to quickly try to go through some of this list here. Oh, here we go. You know what? I'm going to recruit this guy. Pen Canop. That's not even that far from me. So we'll head over there and add one more companion. I've already raffled off who is going to win it, so we just need to get over there and ask him to join. Whoa, let's not teleport our camera, thank you. Curious what this other guy stats is. Okay, not very good. Hey you, Mr. Falcon Man. Didn't really let him talk, but I'm not really interested in what he has to say. Just that he can swing a sword and shoot a bow, and he'll be part of our party. Alright, the only issue here is, of course, I don't have the mod that allows me to rename my companions enabled right now, so we'll raffle him off later. He does need equipment and the like. So here, as you can see, workshop income plus 109. I'm starting to make money from the workshops that I purchased. Now, I do still require my footmen and levy crossbowmen to be leveled up. So as much as you all, I'm sure, have already seen, you know, me kill a bunch of looters, that is still part and parcel of what I have to do. Talon, leveled up. Let me find you, Talon. All right, 1 free attribute point I will put towards endurance, vigor, maybe, and then give you a little riding love. There we are. Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do. But hey, brought him into justice without a fight. I guess that's fine. I'm a little beyond tournaments at this point. But we could go into Mountain Bandits. Ooh, a large party of Sea Raiders. Sea Raiders, 6 and 2. Sea Raiders, are definitely tougher than regular looters, so they're a little bit more dangerous, but,
Archers! Footmen! Soldiers in charge!
okay, so I'm sending my archers and my footmen in, and then what I'll probably do is neutralize the cavalry myself, just so that these guys can't decimate or kill anyone. They wouldn't decimate. I mean, they're not going to kill 1/10 of my people. Whoa, almost shot my own dude. Hello, Highwayman. Yo, they're not even fighting back. As you can see in the kill feed, the Vlandian footmen are quickly dying to a lot of these Sea Raiders. But the ones that survive will level up. Yeah, we only had 1 death anyway. And a level of it up. Let's take them as prisoner. I don't want these as recruits. Grab all their stuff. Taking a quick cursory look. It's all garbage, but because we have this brand new party member, even garbage might be useful to someone. So, Mr. Falcon, you've got an old sumpter horse. Let's give you at least a step horse. You're gonna be Captain Hand-Me-Down, I think. A bit more armor. Okay, well, I think that's all that you can inherit right now. But I'll be on the lookout for his equipment. As far as diplomacy goes, so we are still... Oh, this is Northern Empire. Northern Empire and Vlandia are at war with one another. So there is opportunity there to make some difference. Alright, here we go.
Soldiers in charge! Arrows! Soldiers take charge!
Alright, again, just leveling up the lobies. As you can see, the vast majority of my forces need experience. Another thing I might be able to do, which I saw in comments, I forget who wrote it, was to put all the groups that need experience into Skirmisher to see if they spawn up ahead, closer to the enemies, allowing for a quicker battle. That might be a pretty good... Talon, how'd you gain riding skill? But that might be a quicker way to resolve these looter fights. So my levy crossbowmen are still firing on these guys, so hypothetically they could hit one and gain more experience. Okay, probably not anymore. I like how I could end the battle even though I was obviously surrounded. So, 2/3 of our footmen and over half of our crossbowmen have leveled up. That's good. I'm not going to bother going through their equipment to give out to my new companion because their equipment is honestly just not going to be worth doing. Alright, manage the troops. So these are the troops I'm bringing with me to the fight. and attack. Okay, we outnumber the enemies here considerably. I don't even really see any right now. But I just want to clear out some of these bandit camps. Part of the reason is my influence tanked, right? Oh, wow, they actually did start way up ahead. But also this gives me reputation with nearby notables, which could be useful if I'm ever trying to recruit in a pinch. I know we're not in Vlandian territory, so it doesn't really help me befriend Vlandians. Let me get my sword and board out for the duel. Heck of a duel, dude. Heck of a duel. Okay. There's a bunch of hideouts around. I'm curious if this hideout was close enough to Legata for me to benefit. Whoa, here we go. Here we go. That is a group that got my attention.
Sergeants, take command!
All right.
Everyone!
This fight might be enough to level up all of my tier 2 troops to 3. And if that's the case, I really will be looking for castles to snipe. Now, it is maybe a little exploitative to take a castle and then piece. But there's no guarantee that I can afford the piece. And right now, I'm actually not as wealthy as I used to be, buying all those workshops. So my daily income is higher, but my net worth is lower. For my, my loose cash or whatever you want to call it. Come on, crossbowman. Get some more. Okay, just because I've quote-unquote won doesn't mean my crossbowman can't nail some additional shots. But so far, it's really just me super slaughtering looters. They almost never hit these shots. At this point, they're just too far away. I'm turning into the Reaper here. When are you guys going to reach the edge of the map? There we go. Oh, 1 foot away from edge. Yeah, I ended up killing kind of a lot of them. $77. Almost every single crossbowman is ready to level up. And for big fights like that, we do get a decent amount of influence. Now, one thing that I've been meaning to pick up, and if you take a look at my skills here, I really haven't yet, is smithing. Smithing is a really useful skill to make money because smithing allows you to convert... oh, you got some one-handed. This could be basher. Smithing allows you to convert weapons into raw resources that often sell for more than the weapon was worth. So let me demonstrate. First, for me to start smithing, I'm going to need to buy some hardwood. I'm not really going to be able to smith without some basic materials to start with. So let's just buy 10 hardwood. I'll pay 150. Now, one of the reasons why I'm picking up smithing now is Montos here primarily produces hardwood, so I can buy hardwood pretty cheaply. So if I enter the smithy, we have 3 options here. We can smelt weapons down for raw resources, and it shows you what the yield is here. We can forge a new weapon, but my current smithing skill is so dismally low, I'm really not going to be able to forge anything for a long time. Or we can refine resources, like hardwood, into charcoal, which I'm going to do for all of the hardwood that I had. So now, instead of 10 hardwood, we have 5 charcoal, and that's going to allow me to melt down weapons. So I can melt down this wooden hammer into 3 wood. I'm picking these weapons here because these weapons in particular have high wood yields, so I don't have to buy more hardwood. So at the start of this, I had 10 hardwood. I made into 5 charcoal, and then I used that 5 charcoal to melt 5 weapons back into 15 hardwood. Now, obviously, I'm down a few weapons, right? But, you know, there is a net benefit there. And then the other thing is, of course, my smithing skill did go up from all that. Alright, so before I'm not going to sell any of my weapons now, or most of my weapons. So that we might be able to do some more smithing and the like. What I will do is go through and make sure that the new guy's got at least something. Okay, that'd be good. So one of the other issues with smithing is you can only do so much smithing in one sitting. So what I can do actually is change who my smith is. So right now I have a smithing skill of 3. I don't think any of these guys smith, but I can change who my smith is and refine this hardwood back into charcoal. But what it happens is it levels up someone else's smithing skill. So, and you only have a certain amount of stamina. You know, so you can use, like right now I'm using Richard the Stag, and I actually leveled up Richard the Stag smithing to 6, my own only to 3. I'm probably only going to do the smithing exclusively on my own character, so that I gain the experience, but, and as you smelt certain weapons and level up some, you'll also gain the knowledge of how to forge certain components. So I just learned how to forge you know, maybe it was a one-handed, I forget what it was, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be using it anytime soon. But yep, that's the basics of smithing. Wow, there is just massive looter parties. What is going on with these giant looter parties? I mean, I don't mind. Great way to level up my guys, but...
Sergeants, take over command!
This looks like almost the same battlefield I was just on. So I'm going to tell my horsemen to follow me, and as soon as these looters start to flee, I'll turn my cavalry on to the horsemen.
Riders, hear me!
So that the squires can get some experience as well. Alright, so I just told them to charge.
Footmen! So, footmen! Have at 'em! Infantry! Soldier! Kill them all!
Because I have a bunch of Vlandian squires that could use experience. Oh my god, they are not doing anything. You guys don't understand? I guess they're just not trying to hit the fleeing enemies. Oh no, they are. Just, they're doing it poorly as hell. You could do it, squires. It hurts me. It hurts me to watch. They're so bad. Alright, so I also told my companions to get in here as well, because, you know, might as well have the companions attempting. Right. Pretty decent way of leveling my guys up, I guess. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is to level up all my levy crossbowmen, because they all hit 40. So if I hold control, it does them all at once. Done. Pay 1,000. And my daily wages are going to go down because the higher the tier unit, of course, the more you pay them. Let's go ahead to go trade. I am going to sell the old Sumter horse because it's, you know, not a fast horse anymore. All this clothing I can sell. Oil's technically a food. Let's see. And now you're going to start to see, obviously, non-consumables like hardwood, crude iron, charcoal. Those are all resources that I'm getting from smithing that I don't necessarily want to part with. I almost have enough money to buy the last workshop as well, which is something I'm going to want to do. Enter smithy. So what is my smithing? My smithy stamina is only 10 out of 100. So I'm really not going to be able to do anything. So let me just push off. Oh, my villagers are under attack. So here, as you can see, the villagers got hit by these looters and mountain bandits. Those villagers, when they travel around, they're trading and generating their
soldiers. Infantry sergeants, you're on command.
Yeah, they're moving around and they're generating prosperity through their trades. So when they get hit by raiders like that just happened to me, it ultimately hurts my economy. So I'm not going to gain a lot of experience killing these guys, but this is more just like revenge for taking out my villagers than anything else. Didn't even need to kill him myself. Freed a huge amount of Empire peasants, and every single one of my footmen are ready to level up. Paid a pretty penny, but I have a much better unit now. Much higher level and more capable. Okay. Let's see. I'm also slowly digging my way out of the influence dearth that I currently have. If I take a look at my managed town, I don't have any reserves left. So here, as you can see, I own the carpenter and I own the tanner. The tanner it only takes in hides, so that's not a very efficient one. But once I switch over to sheep, I'll be able to make use of Veron and Golarin's sheep. And what I can actually do is run that trade myself. Why is it so teeming with bandits. My poor villagers just cannot get a break here. Veron Castle. Managing the garrison, so there's no one in this garrison. What about the garrison in Legata? I've not really been paying attention to anything external to my... Yep, you guys made it. External to my my town here. I've just mostly been micromanaging the town. But here, as you can see, I do, in fact, have a very healthy garrison. So I'm going to drop in some of the guys that no longer need experience, leaving me with a much quicker party able to deal with these bandits and the like. So I'm going to go to Montos myself and buy some products. I'm going to buy their hardwood. I don't care if capacity is exceeded. I don't really need to go very far. And then I'm going to bring this over to Legata and sell most of it. Some of it I'm going to use for smithing. Now, obviously, it costs me more than I'm making. But the thing is, as I supply Legata, the industries that I own will be able to produce. So once I hit about 13k, I can buy up the last workshop. So at this moment, I'll probably be looking to do some quick money making. So what's my smithing stamina? Oh, still at 10. I guess I really haven't rested much. Wait here for some time. $55. And as you can see, smithing is a very slow... Well, I guess we can level it up by waiting around. So Southern Empire and Crusade just made peace. That's not particularly good for me. So let's trade away... some of what I have. I'm going to trade away... Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to trade some of the provisions just because I'm not feeding the army that I used to. As you can see, I'm particularly overweight. I'm going to sell... No, I guess I won't do that. I'm trying to figure out how to cut weight. Because I don't have so many troops anymore, because I've parked them all to carry my stuff. So one way I could do this is keep garrison. I'll just grab some horseback, and that should help. Yep, that helped a little. And then I can also park some stuff in the stash here. Just so that I'm not so over-provisioned I can't walk or ride. Yeah, so I'm underweight now, but barely. So I'll have to remember that I've stashed items. Now, one of the reasons I have all of my cavalry is... I'll be able to very, very quickly cut through the looter groups to prevent my villagers from getting killed by, you know, these raiders. This isn't about leveling anyone up. This is about making it safer for my villagers to travel to town to sell their goods. This is about prosperity. us just sort of policing the area. One of the net benefits is my riders, my cavalry, will level up from hunting these stupid brigands. Unfortunately, it keeps putting me in, like, dense forest, where cavalry is obviously the least effective. But, whatever. Ooh, don't let them huck their javelins at me. Ouch. Kind of hurts. Come on, cavalry. Where are you? There we are. They do long passes. The issue, of course, is that with all the trees, these jousting passes that they're kind of doing is... they're just not that... they take a while. All right. A little bit safer up here. A little bit. Let's clear it out a bit. I don't need to hit looter groups that small, because looter groups that small won't have the audacity to fight villagers of the size that I have. But 33, yeah, that will fight.
Sergeants, you're on command!
Looks very cool, though, having all of the cavalry ride at an enemy like this. Now, we started outnumbered, but I don't think a single one of my own troop, I shouldn't jinx it, but not a single one of them has died yet. Or even been knocked out. But this is particularly good experience for my companions, because they're just grinding out the kills here, just like I am. It's a great way to level them up as well. Because despite being functionally immortal, they need experience, just like everyone else. And it's much harder for them to gain experience than most troop, because all the normal troops share experience pools, but companions don't have an experience pool to pool with them, so they only level up when they themselves get kills as individuals. It's slower, in other words. Should be it. Yep, no wounded. Nope. Nope, deaths. Just success. Alright. We will exceed capacity relatively quickly because we've got, oh my god, what a big looter group. Because we've got so many, so much stuff on us. So I'm going to trade some of this stuff away. The tattered boots here are going to be better for you. And the arm wraps. Oh, right. I didn't accept the... Okay, that's my bad. I had given him equipment, but I didn't hit accept because I reset the trade. Ooh, some silver ore and salts. Still capacity exceeded. Done. Let's go managing the keep. Garrison. I'm going to grab some lower level guys. Let's grab all of the infantry. Because there's this giant stack of looters over here that I very much have an interest in leveling up on. Alright, so infantry, you will be set to, let's say 5. Let's try the skirmisher approach. See if that even works. No, they didn't really spawn up in front. But sending all my infantry in. And my companions as well.
Soldiers, take charge!
I haven't used my sword in a while. Like cutting, like so. Scythe on wheat. Alright, so we did have 2 of the infantry die, but out of the 66 infantry, they killed 40. So as you can see, a good amount of experience. Alright, that might be enough of me grinding out low-level looters. I have... maybe if I sell some stuff, I have just enough to invest in my last workshop. So I am going to do that before the end of this episode. Just barely have enough. I'll actually have to sell some of these weapons to afford that last workshop. So there we go, 14K. As you can see, my workshop income's only about 59 right now. It will go back up. And let's go over to that, what was it that I don't own? Smithy? You know, it might be actually faster, rather than for me to start at the outskirts, for me to go to the tavern district, and just leave the tavern. And then I don't have to walk so far. Alright, so Ward, Workshop, Smithy. Well, the Smithy's actually not that close to here. But I still think this is less of a walk. So all of these guys here as well are weaponsmiths that you could trade with. So for instance, I've been looking for a certain weapon. I can always... Why is it telling me I don't have it? I have a settle. Shut up. I can always talk to these weaponsmiths, and these weaponsmiths tend to give you a little bit better of a deal. So if you're looking for a better deal, you can perhaps come into town and you can talk to the armorers and traders. Traders generally have just like random goods, trade goods. So like this one has, you know, pottery and leather and all that stuff. And you can get some really good deals coming in here. Where'd the smithy go? Opposed to just trading outside of the market. It takes a little bit more effort, which is why, and time, which is why I don't do it this way. Because it isn't time efficient to come into town and walk around every time you want to trade anything. But it's money efficient, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm looking for a shop worker. Here they are. Buy this workshop, yes, and I would like a wool weavery. There's pretty much every last penny I own. But the net benefit is now, as you can see, if I manage the town, I own every single shop in town. I am the sole owner. That sort of puts these guys out of business, but that doesn't really matter. Alright, well that is it for this episode. I guess this episode was mostly about the investment in Legata. Next episode, I'm likely to look for additional attack opportunities and possibly get married so that I have a vassal that doesn't betray me, or at least abandon me constantly. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. Or questions, that is. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios.